So I've been kind of wanting to avoid doing this because I've heard how bad the books are. Oh gosh, this is going to be so horrible. So, because this one's available to me and I didn't have to pay for it, joke's on you, Onision. I didn't pay for shit. We're going to read Reaper's Creek. And I think for videos, I'm just going to read each chapter at a time. And in between reading, I'm going to give my thoughts. And I heard that, again, this is really bad. Okay, so here we go. I was home, finally. My father had taken me so many places. It wouldn't be taken me to so many places when I was in Ohio. He brought me so many things, but that was just to make up for the missing child support payments. Yes, because his father's so evil. Everyone seems so worried about what their ex would do with their money, as if they are a completely different person than who they originally fell in love with. What made you trust them in the first place, and why did you trust somebody suddenly going away just because your mom left you, or my mom left you? Okay, I fucked up on that one. I couldn't hear much of anything over the furnace blasting in my ears. The tiny window at the base of my bed. My stepdad, shouldn't there be? I think there should be a period there. My bed, my stepdad built me, allowed a subtle glow of light to appear. No, that's all one big sentence. So freaking A. I crawled over to the window to see my sister Joanna playing outside with our geese. She was happy to be home as well. Summer this year was strange. There was a girl there. When I looked at her, it felt like she was staring right through me. She had curly brown hair. Her parents were both from Latin America. She was so cute. She was my favorite part of church every Saturday, and the entire state of Ohio itself. At this point, she is my main reason to return next summer, as I have no idea what to do with my father. Joanna just says ditto whenever she talks to my dad on the phone after he says he loves her. I wonder if he has caught on to the fact that she says that because of the things my mom told her about her biological father. Things I think might be true. Okay. Alright. Let's continue. Okay. I climbed down my bed, hanging by chains over my water heater, washer, and dryer. That's right. I live in a 8x6 box. It sits by the kitchen in my 900 square foot home. But it's paradise here, and when I'm at my dad's house, I feel like I'm in some kind of cookie-cutter Christian bubble cult. Everyone is smiles. Everyone is doing something, going somewhere. But how can they ignore how corrupt they are? I see past them showing off their pearly ivory teeth every time they see me. They are hiding from themselves. They are still breaking many of the fragile people they encounter and smiling just the same. That's kind of hypocritical to assume, people. Alright. Walking outside, my stepdad is working on making another bed for or with his bare hands. Just like the bed he made me, the bed that somehow allowed me to exist with my own space in such an unlikely place, where I would go or be going to bed without the contraption he made me in the bathroom, or maybe we just hang a blanket from the ceiling in our little wooden front room. "Hi, Papa," I said as my stepdad chipped away. He looked up with his goofy mustache bending to his smile. "Hey there, Greg. I'm making this bed for your cousin Rod." I smiled and replied, "Oh, cool," and thought about what he was getting out of it. My stepdad had so much time on his hands. Maybe he was putting food on the table, or maybe he was just trying to be everyone's friend. The problem with friends is they aren't bound to you by blood. There's no promise they will never go away. Sometimes I feel like my real friends are the woods that surround my house, the creek that runs by it. They don't leave me. Okay. Thought I read that wrong for some reason. They don't lie to me. They tell me who they are, and they never change. "Hey, dork," belted my sister, who was no longer playing with the geese. "Oh, hi, Joanna. What are you doing?" I said with a smirk. She replied, "None of your business, loser." This was typical Joanna being irrational. I mean, isn't any kid? I'm sorry. Why did she say hi to me if she did not want to talk? Alright, to call me a dork and move on. He sounds very whiny in this. Alright, continuing. I wanted to go up the trail to the swing alone, but I felt a familiar wet dew on my feet. Of course, I wasn't wearing my socks or shoes yet. "Hey, Daniel, want to help me out there? Want to help me out there here?" I'm reading that right. It says, "Want to help me out there here." I think the sentence would just be, "Want to help me out there, period, question mark," or whatever. My stepdad was trying to insert a section of the bed into a supporting pole, but the teeth of the headboard kept wobbling around, making it a two-man job. I didn't really worry about the stickers at this point, however. It was Nettles. Wait a minute. We were just talking about freaking his dad asking him to help with the headboard. Now we're talking about Nettles and stickers? The fuck? I didn't really worry about the stickers at this point. However, it was the Nettles I was afraid of. Those push little needles into my skin and cause pretty significant pain. Oddly enough, if you boil them, apparently they make a decent soup, but make no mistake, they are basically the jellyfish of plants. Getting past all the stickers, I was finally to it. The tree, the massive, beautiful tree with a rope hanging down just at the right length so you could swing on it without smacking your body into any nearby trees. Climbing up to the black and yellow twisted rope, I grabbed on and began to swing around. Woohoo, I screamed. Almost every time. I was so happy to finally be at the place I belonged. It didn't matter, I was wearing my pajamas still. It didn't matter that I was wearing a t-shirt supporting a non-Christian TV show. I wasn't at my biological dad's anymore. I was alone in the woods. I was free. I suddenly saw the face of my bully show up in front of my eyes. It was Philip. Immediately after, everything went black. My stepdad was a tall man, maybe 6 foot 1 inch, and had a haircut like he was in the Beatles band, but the caterpillar above his lip threw the look off. I always admired how healthy he looked because most everyone else his age looked like they were well on their way to getting diabetes. Okay, can you explain? What are you waiting for, kid? My stepdad asked. I replied, sorry, Papa. I gotta go grab shoes 1 second. My shoes. I gotta grab my shoes 1 second. I replied with a dad-like frustrated. He replied with a dad-like frustrated. I'm reading this right. I'm reading like exactly what he wrote, but friendly voice. All right then. Slipping on some shoes inside, I ran back out and pushed the teeth of the headboard in the associated slots so he could firmly put. Hold on a sec. Okay, yeah, I'm reading this right. It's all okay. I always admired how healthy he looked. Okay, got that part. Slipping on some shoes inside, I ran back and pushed the teeth of the headboard in the associated slots so he could firmly put the side of the headboard into the supporting beam. My stepdad said, thanks, buddy. I'll let you know if I need more help. The baseboard should be no problem as it's shorter though. I laughed and hugged him. I'm going up the hill, Papa. I said. He replied, okay, kid. Running up the hill. This thing's making me frustrated. I'm trying to read it and there's like so many mistakes. Running up the hill, I got hit by a lot of stickers. Those are plants that basically got stuck to my clothes by hooking them with their sharp prongs or by otherwise having a natural adhesive on them. I felt a small amount of blood dripping down my stomach. My eyes were closed. Without opening my eyes, I rolled backwards onto my back. I opened my eyes and saw only trees above me. I was still outside in the woods alone. The birds were chirping. The sun rays were peeking through the leaves and pine. The air was so beautiful smelling, and I could hear little insects crawling around me. Minding my own business, everything was right where it should be, except for me. What happened? Looking down, I could see the white t-shirt I was wearing had a hole in it and a blood spot. I had fallen off the rope swing after I fainted. Why did I see Philip's face walking down the hill and into the yard? Joanna said with her basic brown teenage cut and her clothes that were too tight for her plump body type. Oh my God, Dork, are you gonna die or something? I replied, yes, Joanna, I'm going to die. Don't come to my funeral. You would somehow make it suck even more. Joanna yelled back a fake laugh as I walked into the house. She had nothing else to say. Stepping across the wood floor, my mom painted white as a result of our pets peeing on our former carpet till it was unbearable to have around. I walked into the bathroom, now putting pressure on my wound. I took off the shirt, threw it in the tiny trash bin. Looking into the bathroom mirror, I gazed at my own face. Same Daniel as always. Sharp jawline, ache in my face, bushy eyebrows, and abnormally tall for an 11-year-old. My brown hair was so boring, I thought about dyeing it all the time, but my mom said I was too young. Looking down, I could see my wound. It was actually incredibly superficial. Maybe the sharp stick I had fallen on when I blacked out had hit a rib. I imagine I was hit somewhere else. It would have at least dug deeper. Time for my favorite part, pouring hydrogen peroxide on my wound and watching the science project explode in front of me. I felt like I had enough outdoors for the day. It was time to retire to my bedroom and play video games the rest of the day. My game of choice, Metal Gear Solid, a game that had been unwittingly programming my worldview, causing me to permanently judge and reflect on aspects of our world I would not or have not considered till I was at least an adult without it. Mom gets home at 5 o'clock. Alright, and that's it for that. Oh my gosh. Why? Why wouldn't anybody... It's gonna get worse for me, isn't it? It's gonna get worse. Alright, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll be doing another video where I'll be reading the next chapter of the book. Oh gosh. Alright. Thank you again. This is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one, and take care.